so young. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. My name is David Wright. I'm the Motor City Hypnotist. I'm here from Detroit, Michigan, so I'm local, which is nice because over the past month I've been everywhere from North Dakota to Minnesota to Illinois to Cincinnati, so it's nice to be in town for once on a weekend. And I'm much older than you, and I've been up every weekend over the past month, every Saturday night, so you guys can hang in there. You'll make it. So let me see by a show of hands, how many people have been or seen a hypnosis show before? Okay, we got a few. How many people have been hypnotized before?
Hypnotize me.
So not many. That's okay, because we're going to explain how this goes. So, hypnosis is often misunderstood. How many have seen the movie Get Out? Okay. Whatever you learn from that movie, forget about it, because it doesn't work that way. So I'm going to tell you guys some common misconceptions about hypnosis, because in order to benefit or to experience hypnosis, it's important to understand what it is and what it is not. So one of the first misconceptions is that if I hypnotize you, I can control your mind. It is actually just the opposite. Hypnosis is a hyper-focused state of concentration. You're totally aware of what's going on. You hear everything that's going on. You're just in a focused state. If many of you play sports, if you've ever been in the zone, it's kind of that kind of feeling. You're so focused in and so locked in, you're hyper-focused on what's going on. So I can't control your mind, so you're safe with that. Second misconception is that if I hypnotize you, you're going to give up secrets that you don't want anyone to know. Again, that doesn't happen. You're only going to say what you want to say. I'm not going to get any sensitive information from you, so you're safe with that. The third misconception is that somehow you can get stuck in hypnosis. That if I hypnotize you up here, and I were to run out this back door over here, that you'd be sitting here 10 hours from now. After a few minutes, you would realize, oh, what's going on? He's not here anymore, and you just come out of it naturally, just like you would your normal sleep pattern. The fourth misconception is that you have to be dumb to be hypnotized. This is a big one, because people think, well, if somebody can be hypnotized, they must be weak-minded, in that somehow it's like the Force of Star Wars. You have to be weak-minded for it to work. It's actually quite the opposite. Studies have shown that people with higher than average level of intelligence do better under hypnosis. One, because they have better imaginations, and two, because they're able to focus more. So, who are the above average level of intelligence people? I don't think so. We'll find out about that as we go along. One of the other things that is important about hypnosis is that, well, let me ask this question first before I get into that. By show of hands, and don't worry, you're not going to get kicked out or anything, how many people have seen hypnosis or seen a show or seen it done and think to yourself, you know, I think this is kind of fake. I think it just looks fake to me, which is fine. Because I ask this at every show that I do, because that is a common thought of people that see hypnosis. They look at it and they think that just can't be real. So let me tell you what else I do. Other than doing hypnosis shows, I am the owner and clinical director of a mental health clinic in Taylor, Michigan. So I work with clients every day to help them with things like stopping smoking, losing weight, help with anxiety and insomnia. I also work with athletes. Specifically, right now, a lot of figure skaters in the area come to me for hypnosis. If anybody's ever done individual sports and you get what's called the yips, you guys know what that is?
No.
It's when you're in an individual sport, you do great in practice, you knock it out of the park in practice, but when it comes to competition, you just choke and you can't do it. It's a mental block, that's all it is. So I help athletes focus to be able to perform better when they're competing for real. So you can see that hypnosis is very effective for things that you need to focus on. It can help you with study habits, it can help you with concentration, it can help you to sleep better. There's so many uses for hypnosis that I help people with each and every day. And I've been doing this for 26 years now, so if it's fake, I haven't been caught yet, so just don't tell anyone. We'll be safe. So there are a couple of rules for volunteering, because we're going to have volunteers up here in a few minutes, and we're going to do some hypnosis. We're going to have some fun. So before we ask for volunteers, there's some ground rules. One of the ground rules is that you have to be in good health, and by I mean that you don't have any physical injuries, like a sprained arm or a hurt ankle, because there's a lot of activity up here on stage. So if you are injured in any way, please don't come up because you don't want to exacerbate an existing injury. The other rules are, if you come up, and if I choose you to come up, leave all your personal belongings, especially cell phones, at your seats, because we don't want anything to distract us from the process once you're up here. So we're going to do a crowd participation activity right now, and this doesn't say whether or not you can or cannot be hypnotized, but it does show you an example of kind of how hypnosis works. So I want everybody to do in the audience is clasp your hands together just like this, put your hands straight out in front of you, and not yet, but when I say so, just watch me for a minute, and I'm going to show you what I want you to do when I tell you to do it. With your hands out, put your fingers about an inch or so apart. When I say so, you're going to rotate your hands up like this. Keep your arms extended, but you're just going to rotate your hands up and focus on the space in between your fingers when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Rotate the hands up, focus on the space in between your fingers. Now I want you to imagine your fingers are two magnets. Two magnets pulling and tugging and pulling together. The harder you resist, the more they come together. The harder you resist, the tighter it becomes. The more you resist, the more they move. The more you resist, the more they move. Tighter, like a vice. Squeezing your fingers and freeze. So, I know you're tired. Yeah, we'll get there. You're fine. That's good. So, I saw a lot of this. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I'm here or not. But I saw a lot of this. It's like a medium. So, that is just a small example of what hypnosis is. I gave you a suggestion. We all know there were no magnets on your fingers. I gave you the suggestion, you imagined it, and it brought about a physical change. That's exactly how hypnosis works. When you're in a more relaxed state, you can see how much deeper those suggestions can be and how much more effective they can be. Cool? So, we are going to get volunteers. Now, when I pick volunteers, now I got a ton of people up here. I got 20 chairs to fill. Now, even if you volunteer and come up, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to stay up here. On average, about 80% of the population is I'm going to say hypnotizable. I think everybody can be hypnotized, but some people take more time than others. And it really wouldn't be entertaining for everybody out here if I were spending 20 minutes just to try to get one person out. So I'm looking for the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the top of the heap, those people with great personalities, people who have great imaginations, people who are able to focus. Those are the people I'm looking for. Now, even if you don't get picked to come up, you can follow along in the crowd. I've probably done 10 shows over the past few weeks, and almost every single show, people have been hypnotized in the crowd. So even if you don't get picked to come up here, you can follow along out there. So if your neighbor happens to slump over on you, just let them be. They're feeling good, okay? Trust me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for volunteers. And again, I don't want a mad rush. I've learned this over years of doing this. If I just open it up, people get hurt. So if you want to come up, I'm going to play some music and raise your hands, and I'm going to pick you out. And again, if you don't get to come up here, you can follow along in the crowd. All right? So let's look for our volunteers. 2 of you. Bracer. Sexy on your head. Burgundy shirt. Right there. I'm going to come down so I can see people better. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to pick everybody from the front row. Do the glasses. Thank you. Here we go. Green shirt. That's the here. Right when you got here, because those girls won't be level with the audience. All right, scoot right up next to there and have a seat. All right, scoot all the way in. Yep, watch your fingers. Okay, I want everybody to stand up. Is anybody next to somebody they know really well? Like best friends? Okay, you step out for me. Anybody else? You guys know each other really well? I can already tell I gotta move you. Come on up, trade with her.
It's okay, sis.
Switch with him, just you two swap. Then I'm going to bring you out. I'm going to put you, trade with her, please.
What?
I'm going to bring you down here, please. And switch with her, please. I want you two to swap places. One more swap here. You know her really well? Okay, so I'm going to bring you out and put you here and switch with her. And make one more. You two switch places, please. Okay, everybody scooch back to your chairs carefully. And have a seat, please. Carefully in your chairs, have a seat. Okay, I want everybody to sit with your feet flat on the floor, hands on each leg. And for the crowd, for just the next few minutes, just give us some silence because I'm going to be working with them to relax them. And if they hear noise or somebody yell out, it might distract them from the process, and I want them to be able to focus. So, the most important thing, I'm sorry. Yes, sit back against the chair. Oh, that's okay. Do the best you can. Do the best you can. It won't, believe me, it won't matter in a few minutes. You're good. So the most important thing about hypnosis is just following direction. And it's being able to, I'll use this term probably 50 times while we're doing this. It's just to let go and let it happen. If you've ever been lying in bed at night and you try to go to sleep, what happens? It doesn't happen. Yeah, you don't go to sleep. Because if you're trying to, your mind is working too much and it doesn't let you relax. So in order to be able to experience this, you just have to let go and just let it happen. If you follow my directions, follow my words and my voice, you will be able to get there, all right? So what everybody do is just take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing is the most important key to relaxation. If you've ever done any kind of meditation or yoga or even sports, like working out, breathing is the most key component to being able to relax. And you'll notice that when you go to sleep at night, your breathing pattern slows down. You get this very rhythmic pattern. It goes deeper and deeper. That's exactly how it'll work here. You just get that relaxed feeling, and the breathing will help you to relax. So let's do that one more time. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. So what I want you to do is to focus on this light for me. I want you to stare at this light, and I want you to try not to blink. Now, for just relax all the way down. Just like there. Just relax. Just relax. Just let go. Just let go. Just let go. Just let go. All the way down. Just let go. Just relax. Just let go. Just let it go. On stage, anytime you hear any noise from the audience, whether it be applause, laughter, noise, any noise you hear from them, just helps you to relax more and more. Let's give it up for your volunteers on stage, people, your stars of the show. So we're going to do a little bit of rearranging here. So the person I'm touching here, just this person, would you stand up for me? Just scooch down to this empty chair right here. Have a seat. Just the person I'm touching right now, I want you to stand up and come with this side. Just be very careful. Slowly, slowly. And just relax. Just the person I'm touching right now. Just enjoy one more chair here. And look right here, look right here, look right here. Just the person I'm touching right now. I want you to stand up for me, please. And just scooch down here. Just have a seat right here. All right, good looking group. Give me a hand again, people. You're stars of the show. All my volunteers on stage, in a moment, not yet, but in a moment I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, you're going to find that you are on the most beautiful beach in the world. You're going to kick back, you're going to soak up the sun, but when I get to 3, I want you to keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed, sit back up in your chair. You're going to be on the most beautiful beach in the world, kicking back and enjoying the rays. 1, 2, 3. Kick back, soak up that sun, keep your eyes closed. All right, feel that sun on you, feel that sun on your skin. Oh, well, better get some sunscreen on. Put sunscreen on. You don't want to get burned. You want to get sunscreen on. Put the sunscreen on your face. Make sure. Get the sunscreen on. Get back. Oh, put your feet in the sand. Put your feet in the sand. Feels good. Feels good, doesn't it? Kick back. Enjoy the sun. Oh, it feels so good. Stretch out. Enjoy that sun. Make sure you get sunscreen on. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, you know what we did right now? It's so hot, you're sweaty. You know what we did right now? Oh, doesn't that sound good? Okay, ready to keep your eyes closed, but put your hand out. Have your ice cream cone. Put your hand out. Ice cream cone. Ice cream cones, here you go. Ice cream cone right there. Okay, lick it quick. It's melting. Lick it quick. Lick it quick. It's melting. Lick as fast as you can. It's dripping. It's melting. Lick it quick. Brain freeze right now. What's that feel like? Brain freeze, what's that feel like? 2 times worse. What's that brain freeze feel like? What's that brain freeze feel like? 2 times worse. That's so bad. Oh man, that's like, wow, it hurts, doesn't it? What's it sound like in your head? What? What's your brain freeze sound like? Okay, it's okay. How's your head? Well, that ice cream was good, but you know what, folks? It attracted a fly. It's buzzing right around your face. Shoot it away. It's right on your face. Oh. It's in your hair. It's in your hair. It's right by your ear. It's right by your ear. Shoot it away. Shoot it away. Oh, it's right in your nose. It's right on your nose. Get it off your nose. Right on your nose. Oh. Oh, that was good. That ice cream is really good, but you know what? It's got to cool things down. The wind's kind of picking up on the beach. It's getting a little bit chilly. You're on the beach in your swimsuit, and its temperature's dropping. It's down to like 60 degrees. It's down to 50 degrees. In fact, it's just flat out cold. It is freezing right now. It's down to 30 degrees. Oh, scooch next to each other. Get warm. Scooch up, get warm. Rub your arms. Get warm. Oh, rub your arms. So cold. It's freezing. Oh, oh. It's so cold. It's freezing. On the count of three, everybody, all the way back down. 1, 2, 3. Sleep. All the way back down. Give me a hand, people. Your stars of the show. I have to tell you this story. Actually, somebody came up to me after a show and said, "You made me ruin my shirt." They stuck their arm in. It's not a big deal. Just it's funny. So my people on stage. In a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, you're going to realize you are auditioning for a rock band. You're going to be the best musicians in the world. It doesn't matter if you want to play guitar, bass, drums. It doesn't matter. But pick an instrument, and when I get to 3. You're going to start playing, and you want to be noticed. You've got to be very active. You've got to play great. Just to the person I'm touching right now, I want you to stand up for me. I want you to scooch down 2 chairs. One more. Let's see. And okay, when I get to 3, you're going to hear that music play. You'll begin to play your instruments. Again, you want to be noticed. 1, 2, 3. To everybody on stage, all my volunteers, for the rest of the night, you realize, unless I tell you different, that your butt is glued into your chair. Your butt is glued into your chair. You won't fall out of your seat at any time. We just want to keep it safe. But for the rest of the night, unless I tell you different, your butt is glued into your seat. So in a moment, my volunteers on stage, in a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes. When I get to 3, but not before, you're going to see a huge movie screen right over above you, right above here. And on that movie screen is going to be the most suspenseful movie you have ever seen. In fact, it's just going to make you so nervous to watch it. When I get to 3, look at that movie screen. 1, 2, 3. The most suspenseful movie you have ever seen. What's going to happen? Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? now the saddest movie you have ever seen. Every time you watch this movie, you just cry. It is the saddest movie you have ever seen. Because I touch your shoulder, it becomes more sad. It becomes more sad. It's sad you cry every time you watch this movie. It's so sad. So sad. It's the worst, saddest movie I've ever seen. Saddest movie. Saddest movie I've ever seen. That movie's changing again. It is now the scariest movie you have ever seen. You'll stay in your seats, do not lean back, stay in your seats. But it's the scariest movie you have ever seen. What's gonna happen? Tell us, so scary. The scariest movie. Oh, it's so scary. Tell her, don't go in there. Tell her, don't go in there. Tell her. Oh, what's gonna happen? Tell her, don't go in there. Don't go in there. Everybody close your eyes on stage. Close your eyes. In a moment, but not yet in a moment. I'm going to turn to the audience and I'm going to talk to them. Here's the thing. When I talk to the audience, every word I say is going to be the funniest thing you have ever heard. Now, here's the catch. It might not be funny to me, but to you, it's going to be hilarious. And in fact, some of the things that probably might be sad to me. So the catch is you don't want to see the audience laughing because it would be very rude to laugh at something that bad that happened to me. But every word I say becomes the most hilarious thing you have ever heard. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, eyes open. All right, folks, I'm going to talk to the crowd for a few minutes. I had a really rough year this year. I had this little white dog, and I was playing with him in my backyard, and my foot went into this hole, and my shin snapped, like right here, like a stick. The bone was sticking out of my leg, and I was screaming. I was on the ground screaming. And this is kind of embarrassing, but it hurt so bad that I peed my pants. And I was hurting so bad, I was crying. So they finally took me to the hospital, but they wouldn't give me any pain medication because they thought I was an addict. I don't know why. So I was hurting so bad, I was crying in the hospital. Nobody visited me. I was just so hurt so bad. And you know what the worst part of the day was? I got a call at the hospital that my dog was dead. I'm really sad just to talk about it. It's so disturbing to me. It is just terrible. It's the worst day of my life. Just the worst day of my life. And I don't know why people would laugh at that. It was just terrible. It was awful. The worst ever. People on stage, the next time you laugh, you go deep down into hypnosis. 3 all the way down. Sleep. Give my hand, people, your stars of the show. You having fun so far? Yeah. We got a lot more, don't worry. This guy cries again. Volunteers on stage. On the count of 3, I'm going to have you sit up in your chairs with your eyes open. Anytime you hear me snap my fingers, you're going to believe the person next to you has passed gas. Now, at no time, anytime I make these suggestions, it's because of something that happened on the show. At no time will you touch the person next to you. You will keep your hands to yourself. You will stay in your seats at all times without moving them. But it will be bad. On the count of 3, whenever I snap my fingers, the person next to you has passed gas. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. Everybody doing good? Everybody feeling good? Take a big deep breath in. Who did that? Is that you? No? Who did that? Who was that? Both of them? Where there's 2 pointing at you. At no point will anyone become physically ill, but now it's twice as bad. Man. Who did that? Who did it? God, it stinks down here. What in the world? The next time you hear my finger snap, you'll believe you're the one who did it. Guilty faces up here. Is that you? Was your face out? Was it sneak out? Is that you? You're not going to own it. No. No. Was that you?
No, I mean... Who
was that? Was that you? Oh, you owned it, huh? Nice. Okay, people in my hands, I have dust. It's called sleep dust. Anytime this sprinkles or I blow this on you, it'll put your feet deep back down into hypnosis.
Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Give a hand, people, your stars on this road. Okay, we're going to do a little quick rearrange here. To the person I'm touching now, just the person I'm touching now, please come on up with me, please. Be careful. Just going to move you down. And to the person I'm touching now, just the person I'm touching now, would you come with me, please? Move you down to right here. And sometimes I feel a little bit guilty. Not a lot, just a little bit. To my volunteers on stage. When I count to 3, you are going to be trying out for the TV show You Think You Can Dance. So, you need to show us your best moves because you want to win. Now, it's important that you stay in your own area, don't bump or hit your neighbors, but you want to show us your best dance moves. Be aware of the edge of the stage. Don't get near that. But on the count of 3, you hear the music start. You're going to show us your best dance moves. 1, 2, 3. Everybody stand up. Turn down for what? Show us that special move of yours. Freeze! You have no idea what you're doing. What's going on here, dude? Yeah. What's up, man? You flying?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, that's good. Dude, what you doing, man?
Chilling.
Doesn't look like chilling. Dude, what's up, man? What are you doing? Okay. This is good, nothing. What's up? What are you up to? Everybody carefully make your way back to your seats. Carefully back to your seats. Watch where you're going. Sit careful. Scooch back a couple steps. Careful. There you go. And sleep all the way down. Give me a hand, people, your stars of the show. Oh, look at this. I'll put this here for whoever lost a buck. Some of my volunteers on stage. Speaking of money, in a moment I'm going to come down the line and give you guys some $100 bills. These are very valuable. You want to put them in a place where no one will find them. But these are $100 bills that I'm going to hand to you. So make sure you put them away. They're very valuable. You don't want somebody to take them. Keep them secret. Here's your money. Here's your $100 bill. Okay, take it away. It's got to be secret. Keep it safe. There you go. Safe. Get that money away. You don't want someone to take it. There's your money. Keep them safe. Keep them safe. Yeah, you gotta keep that money safe where it is. So my volunteers on stage, in a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, you are going to realize that you are the owner or the moderator of your own YouTube channel. It's a famous channel, and it's something unusual, something that people will subscribe to, but something that's unusual that maybe not has been done before. And you want to get more subscribers. You want it to be as crazy and unusual as you can to get more subscribers. So when I count to 3, you're going to tell me what your YouTube channel is. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes, sit back in your chairs. Miss, what's your YouTube channel?
Homemade hair dye.
Homemaker.
Yeah.
What are the videos of?
Oh, you're mixing the stuff.
Like cooking.
Yeah, but then you put it in your hair.
See. I have no idea where we're going to go with that. Dude, what's your YouTube channel?
Basketball.
You play basketball? And people watch it? subscribers you have? I'm telling you, that would be like thousands and thousands. So you have like one specific viral video that's been a big hit? See. Dude, what's your YouTube channel?
Skiing.
You skiing?
Yeah.
Like downhill skiing, snow skiing.
Down the hill.
I don't think you can ski up a hill. Okay, maybe you can. So how many people watch this?
5.
Are you one of the 5?
Yeah.
Yes, what's your YouTube channel?
Jump roping.
Jump roping. You jump rope?
No.
So who jump ropes?
Boys.
Any specific boys?
Adults.
Adult boys jump roping. That sounds like a big hit. You got a lot of subscribers?
Enough.
I think you maybe do background checks on the subscribers, okay?
What?
Dude, what's your YouTube channel?
Puck sauce.
Say it again.
Puck sauce.
Hot sauce.
You sauce pucks.
Okay. And how many videos do you have doing that?
A couple.
That's all you can do?
I can do a lot more.
Do you have a lot of people subscribed to that channel?
A couple.
Like, are you one of them?
Oh yeah.
I watch my stuff all the time, yeah. See. Your channel, what's your YouTube channel?
Backyard wrestle.
That sounds cool, man. I've seen a bunch of those. Are you in them?
Huh?
Do you wrestle in them?
No.
So who do you wrestle?
Women.
I'll leave one enough alone. I'm not even going any further. Yes, what's your YouTube channel?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it blank?
Yeah.
Does somebody subscribe to that?
I don't have a YouTube account.
Okay, so you just boycotted the whole thing. Dude, what's your channel?
Naked football.
Dude, what's your YouTube channel?
Music.
And music? Okay, what kind of music?
Mine.
Yours? You play the music on the channel.
Yes.
And what type of music is it?
Bad.
Well, do people listen? Do people subscribe?
No.
So it's just a channel for yourself.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you put it on there. So you expect it to get better as you go?
Not really.
Sleep. Yes, what's your YouTube channel?
Food.
Food. Like videos of food?
Food.
Eating food?
Yeah.
Is it you eating food?
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe you got strangers to eat food. Maybe that's the thing.
No, just food.
Do you get a lot of people watch?
A ton.
Okay. Yeah, a lot. So it's going good for you. Any specific food?
Like tacos.
Okay. All right. See. Dude, what's your YouTube channel? Clapping. Clapping. Is it just you clapping?
Yeah.
Just like your, do you do different kinds of claps?
Hands and cheeks.
Hands and cheeks. Oh, the music video. Like your own cheeks.
Yes.
And your face. Just clarifying. So, you get a lot of people watch it, like it?
So,
I don't know, that's not bad. That's not a bad start. Give yourself a hand. Yes, what's your YouTube channel? Soggy Money.
My name is Jeffrey Starr. Welcome back to my channel.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. So what does your channel do? Wait, I get to sit down for this.
I'm a makeup tutorial artist.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you just show people how to wear makeup.
Yeah, I'm a drag queen. That's what gets all the subscribers.
Oh, so you got a lot of subscribers.
I just hit 5K yesterday.
Wow, that's a lot. That's fantastic. So you do videos every day?
Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh, those are your video days.
That's when I upload, yes.
Fantastic. That sounds cool. And when did you become a drag queen?
I transgendered 15 years ago.
Good for you. Okay, people, money's coming your way again. More money for you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Keep it secret. It's $100 bills. Keep them secret. Keep it safe. Money for everybody. Keep it secret. All right, keep them secret. Keep it secret. Safe. There's a honey for you. There you go. Money for everybody. Here's some money. Put it away. Keep it secret. Keep it secret. All right, so just the person I'm touching right now, just this person. In a moment, you're going to do some rapping for us. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not going to be in English. You only know how to speak in dog. You can only speak dog language, okay? Nod your head if you understand. Okay? To the person I'm touching here, and just the person I'm touching here, in a moment, the only language you know is alien. An alien from another planet, that's the only language you know, and you have to rap in that language. And they're going to have a rap battle. So the person I'm touching now, please stand up. Come out here, you can open your eyes. Turn this way, please. And to the person I'm touching here, stand up, please, sir. Carefully step over here. Slowly. Open your eyes. All right. So, you guys ready? You ready to speak in that dog language? Okay, here's your dog rap. person I'm touching now, just this person. Lean back in your seat. You'll be totally relaxed in that situation. And that pose. There you go. Just let go. It happens sometimes. So everybody on stage, in a minute, I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, you're going to realize your hand is attached to your head is attached to my hand. My hand goes up, your head goes up. My hand goes down, your head goes down. Last chance if you understand. 1, 2, 3. Everybody open their eyes. Watch me. Your head is attached to my hand, just your head. That was broken. Keep watching, keep watching. Down, up, center, center, center. Overloaded, it's becoming electric. It's become a ray gun. If I zap you, go deep back down into hypnosis. Pew! So many scared faces. It's like just you and me, partner. Ready to draw on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're set. Good hand, people. So everybody on stage, everybody on stage. In a moment, not even in a moment, I'm going to count to 3. Just for these 2 people, here and here, whenever I say my name, David Wright, you're going to say, "Shut up, you creep." To the people here, here, and here, whenever I say the word microphone, you're going to realize that your chairs have just pinched your butt. To the person I'm touching here and here, whenever I say Detroit, you're going to say, to the person I'm just touching here, just the person I'm touching here, whenever I say Detroit, you're going to say, "Who's your daddy?" Whenever he says, "Who's your daddy?" you're going to say, "I'm your daddy." The people I'm touching here, 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 and here, these 4. Whenever I say hypnosis, you're going to realize somebody has greased your seats and you're going to slide right out of them. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, everybody eyes open. All right. Trying to wrap this up quickly because I know we're in a time situation here, but I wanted to do some review here and tell you kind of a little bit more. My name is David Wright.
Shut up, you creep.
I'm trying to talk to people. You're okay, right? You're okay? Anyway, my name is David Wright.
Shut up, you creep.
I do hypnosis shows. That's what I do. I do hypnosis. What's going on? What's going on? You okay? Everybody good? Okay. I'm just talking to the people. You're okay, right? So anyway, I'm from Detroit. I think I guys told you that.
I am.
Anyway, I guess I'm from Detroit. So.
Who's your daddy?
Okay. I was having issues with the microphone earlier too. It was Okay, let me start over because we got to wrap up here. My name is David Wright. I'm from Detroit.
Who's your daddy?
I'm talking to this microphone and to tell you that I do hypnosis. That's what I do. I do hypnosis. So everybody sit in your seats on stage. Everybody sit down. We need to wrap up here in a minute. So I know I was giving you guys money throughout the show, and that's cool. You guys collected a lot of money, I hope. I just realized it's my fault, it's my mistake. I keep it in my bag with some other stuff, and it was with itching powder. So all that money is itching powder all over. Wherever you go, it is itching. You gotta get that money out. It's itching. It's itching like crazy. Never been this big clothes at all times. It's itchy. It's itchy all over. It's crazy itchy. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's so terrible. On the count of three, everybody sleep. 1, 2, 3, sleep. All the way down. Give me a hand. People, your stars of the show. Okay, everybody on stage. Everybody on stage. All my wonderful volunteers. In a moment, I'm going to count up to 5. When I get to 5, all suggestions from the show have been removed. All prior suggestions are removed. Nothing goes with you when you walk off the stage. All of my suggestions have been removed, except for these 2. One other suggestion, or 2 suggestions I'm going to give you. The first one is, you will never text and drive. In fact, when you drive a vehicle from this point going forward, your phone is like it's invisible. It's like it's silent. You won't even consider looking at it, picking it up, or even acknowledging it when you're driving. Second suggestion is that you will never, ever take a drink of alcohol and drive a motor vehicle. From this point going on, those 2 suggestions are permanent in your subconscious mind right now, locking them in as we speak. Those 2 suggestions are permanent, locked in to your subconscious thinking right now. All other suggestions from the show have been removed. All other suggestions are hereby erased. You're going to wake up when I get to 5 feeling refreshed, alert, awake, feeling like you just had a great 4 to 5 hours sleep. 1, feeling more alert, more awake. 2, feeling the energy come up through the floor into your legs, all the way up in your body. 3, taking a big deep breath in and out. 4, your eyes feeling they're clean in a cool mountain stream. And on 5, your eyes open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big deep breath in. Give me a hand, people. You're stars of the show. Stand up, people. Stand up and bow. Give me a hand. Carefully make your way down the steps, if you go, please. Thanks, folks. Thanks for coming up. Thank
Hey
you.
Joe, how's that naked football channel
Again, if you guys all be picking up and cleaning up, so if you have questions, you can come see me. Everybody stay in your seats for the time being for a moment.
Alright guys, what do we say about David here?